Starting the Benda engine. Has the quality control improved compared to before? In this episode, we are tearing down the Benda 450 engine. The Chinchilla 450 and Napoleon 450 both use the same engine. There are markings on the clutch cover. 267 on the clutch cover. I think marking it like this is good. Even a beginner can tell what this is at a glance. Step 3. The 450 engine is equipped with a slipper clutch. Let's check the brand of the clutch. It's a Chongqing clutch from Chongqing. Previously, slipper clutches were only for high-end models. Now, for domestic engines, as long as the displacement is a bit larger, they provide a slipper clutch. Take a look at these clutch plates. The clutch plates are from FCC Japan. There is an FCC logo here. Currently, for Chongqing clutches, as long as it's a large displacement, usually, they equip them with FCC clutch plates. But I suspect there's an issue with Benda's spare parts storage. For example, this gasket is already rusted. Not just this gasket, there's more behind it. Let's look at the primary drive gear. It uses a split gear, scissor gear, structure. Scissor gears make the engine sound better. So now many manufacturers have adopted them, like Benda, Zhenjiang, and Zontes. Cyclone and Vogue are all using them. For this brand, Benda, the biggest selling point is its aesthetics. So, regarding the issues here, I could have left them unmentioned. But since it's a Benda, I must mention it. This paint job isn't done very well. I don't know if I'm being too nitpicky, because Benda's biggest selling point is indeed its looks. This thing is like a scar on a beautiful woman's face. And then the cylinder head casting. I have to nitpick here too. From a QC perspective, this cylinder head should be scrap. If a brand prioritizes aesthetics, then this cylinder head should be defined as unqualified. If this were a Zhenjiang, I wouldn't say anything. Zhenjiang engines often have paint peeling. It's common, but Zhenjiang doesn't sell based on looks. Look at the structure of this cylinder head. It's a dual overhead cam, DOHC, for valve setup. The style of the cylinder head looks very Honda-esque, doesn't it? Now I have to complain again. Normally, for a position like this, at the very least, you should use a copper washer. But look, Benda uses an aluminum washer. And this aluminum washer is already deformed. Aluminum is very soft, which means once you disassemble it, it cannot be reused. Let's look at another one. The deformation on each aluminum washer is different, but they are all deformed. I don't understand why Benda wants to save money on this. A small copper washer doesn't cost much. Everyone, look at this aluminum washer. You can tell by the edge of the bolt. It has deformed into an oval shape. So when I disassemble a Benda engine, I always feel that it's slightly lacking. It's like a student who is good at only one subject, extremely unbalanced. That's why you often see people online saying, Benda has the looks when you want looks. It has the looks when you want quality, it has the looks for handling. It has the looks for performance. The cylinder head and cylinder block are indeed stuck together. Let me separate them to show you. There isn't much wear on the cylinder surface. This cylinder sleeve is made of cast iron. The design of this cylinder is quite interesting. Doesn't it look like a steering wheel? Engine sounds. Let's look at the piston. For this piston, I suspect it might be interchangeable with the Honda 650. The shape is the same, and the piston parameters seem identical. It's a Jingting piston, fully coated with molybdenum disulfide. And the top has been treated with a microarc oxidation process. It's not a forged piston. Well, this type of bike isn't a performance machine. The piston rings are for launching. At this point, we can look at the timing chains. It has 2 timing chains. They are did timing chains from Japan. I've also chatted with many Benda owners. To summarize, the brand's characteristics lead everyone to have a selective tolerance. For instance, with Benda, people can accept minor quality issues. After all, they bought it for the looks. Look at the aluminum washers on this side. They are all deformed as well. I suggest Benda change this. Not just that, there's more. The material of these camshaft cap bolts. I also suggest Benda change them. Those who have seen me tear down many engines know this. Bolts like the camshaft cap bolts should be different from clutch cover or magneto cover bolts. They require higher strength. However, these Benda bolts are actually the same as the ones on the magneto cover. They are quite soft. Since this engine has to be returned, these bolts caused me a lot of trouble during reassembly. Because before even reaching 16 Newton meters, the bolt had already started to yield, soften. I didn't dare to apply any more torque. Also, I have to complain about this day impact wrench. The battery keeps falling off. I suggest everyone avoid this trap. See for yourselves. Silence speaks louder than words. Alright, don't buy day. I suggest Benda. Rectify these engine issues a bit. Since you've watched this far, please give me a like. The timing chain on this side is also from DID. When I return this machine after reassembling it, it'll all be based on feel. The camshaft bolts are almost tight enough, so I won't tighten them further. I will also post a video about a crippled Benda 700. That engine has defects too. Okay, let's look at the bearings. The bearings are from TPI, a brand from our Taiwan province. This brand of bearings is produced in mainland China. Let's remove the crankshaft and take a look. The connecting rods are fracture split forged rods. They are from the same manufacturer that CF Moto uses. Let's look at the bearing shells. The signs of use on the bearing shells are quite obvious. Since this is a test ride bike and hasn't been broken in, it's not a problem. But if you buy one, I suggest breaking it in properly. Check the brand of the bearing shells. They are from Xiangxingbeek. Alright, no need to take apart the other rod. The crankshaft is made of forged steel. I still strongly suspect that Benda's spare parts warehousing has some issues. That gasket earlier had rust. And now this crankshaft also has rust. Management in this area needs to be strengthened. Benda's smart production line is still under construction. However, it only solves assembly-related issues. I feel Benda needs to solve these specific problems. This is the transmission gear. I still hope Benda can make the engines better. After all, this thing is the heart of the bike. The bearings are blocked, need to disassemble a bit more. Looking at it this way, they are all TPI bearings from Taiwan. The engine teardown is now complete. Judging by the state of this machine, Benda clearly wants to build this engine well. But there are still some unreasonable aspects. Regardless, this engine is an improvement over the previous ones. But I still hope Benda works even harder. Keep it up, Benda. Thanks for watching.